Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
What happens next?
How should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move from being merely a piece on the board to being one of the players.
Thank you for the explanation.
I hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
But I don't need an envoy.
Don't think I'm trying to impose a nanny or a spy on you. We're neighbors now. You'll need someone knowledgeable about Brevoy's politics to act as an ambassador to your court. If you don't like Casil, you're free to choose someone else, but I won't be able to vouch for the loyalty or trustworthiness of another envoy.
Okay, well no, it's fine. I'll keep him. Do you already know about my encounter with Tortuccio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Thank you. I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
This is so cool, man. I'm loving this. It almost feels like I'm playing like Final Fantasy Tactics, you know? Like with all the noble houses and everybody stabbing each other in the back and all that jazz. Like, it's pretty cool. Okay, save. Let's talk to Jadal. What do you have to say? They call this a feast. I'd show them some real festivities if they'd let me. Yeah, probably not. Magar Varn. No. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Magar Varn, the new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbor to the east. The frontier region known as Dunsward on the easternmost side of the Stonen Lands border the steppes of Casmaron. Dunsward is characterized by low grassy plains circled by mountain ranges and is dotted with the ancient structures of lost civilizations. Long ago, a bustling empire reigned over these lands. Nowadays, all that remains of that ancient glory are crumbling ruins and the half-destroyed words of alien wisdoms that are inscribed on the walls of unknown tombs. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title of baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Eldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varnling Hosts. Have you heard of us? No? No matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel being a noble? Looking at his rich clothes, Varn smirks. Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He nods towards an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. See that lad? Baron Drelev. He's not like us. Who knows what generation of baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me, we're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. I agree, man. Goodbye. Once you settle in, come pay us a visit. Dude, I will. You sound like a fantastic dude. Lindsay. Pour up to the brim so that oh, I must be drunk. I forgot the line. Well, Tortuccio, well, scum, how did we maybe I've had one too many. Maybe, yeah. Maybe, just maybe. Let's talk to Lender. Don't know who that is. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17-year-old look at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a baroness. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lender. Definitely, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just Lender, no last name, no title. Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of the Brevois noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baroness with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevois if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jemindi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevois. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. Are you from Restavik nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. Please tell me again what you're doing here. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. Okay. Tell me once more what you want to... No, but... What? No, I don't want to... What's the point of this? I can re-click on the first option again to hear it again, or click on the other thing underneath, which is the exact same thing again. Hey, man! Long time no chat! I agree. Things are good for me, stupidly busy with a very difficult job that I'm learning every day something new, and I have next to no time to do much of anything. But in 11 hours today at work and working from home to another... Wow, that's insane, Asterial. I'm super happy to see you, though. Love your face, man. I'm super glad that you were able to stop by, even if for a little bit. Yes, do so, and carefully. I don't trust him. Oh, harem. A feast in times of pestilence, a ludicrous attempt to sink into reverie, to digress from contemplating one's own insignificance. Yeah, sure.
It is done.
Hannes Drelev. This man's gorgeous clothes hide a rippling muscle beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Hannes Drelev, he says offhandedly, emphasizing the word Baron. And you must be the Stag Lord's butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name, but you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jemindi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My land lies to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your dominion? A smirk appears on the Baron's face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jemindi would have simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons of the likes of you and Varn. So you have no army and no special merits. You were just given land for being pretty. Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words, but let's not ruin Lady Eldori's celebration, If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Ha! Politeness must be deserved. Not even deigning to reply, Baron Drelev turns around and looks away. I will
stopping now.
Fuck you up, bro. As soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna fuck you up big time. Truth be told, I'm not really comfortable here. I lost my taste for high society. Try the eclairs, they're delicious. Ha! To victory, to freedom, bottoms up, yes! Esvanki Keeg. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough, calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erastil, made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering in awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Shit. Congratulations on your victory. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Svenki Keeg, High Priest of Erastil in Restov. Do many people in Restov venerate Erastil? They revere many gods in Restov. They pray to Abadar, patron of cities, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults, but there is no denying that the Stag God has the largest congregation here. And no wonder, people here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. You're dressed surprisingly simply for such a festive occasion. The corner of the priest's mouth turns up in a faint smile. The nobles dress in silk and satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Yeah, that makes sense. Bringing law into the Stolen Lands is a difficult endeavor. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. Yes! This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. It was an honor to meet you. Goodbye. Here I still keep you. Yes. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's a guest. It's a guard. That's a guard. Oh. Chandra Merve. Ah, yes, I see. Good old Restov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell in the streets is the same. Nedalazartova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You were not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is this a threat? I would never. I simply wish to warn you in case you don't fully realize the fate that awaits you in your barony. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once a civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. What would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become untrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamendi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing your low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy, Castle. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Merve, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natala gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. Consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. This is so interesting, guys. Oh god, now I don't know what to do. Because here's the thing. It seems like I have three options.
Onward.
Either I side with Jamendi Aldori, or I side with the noble houses against her, or I strike out on my own, truly on my own, and instead befriend this guy and have him as my emissary. So having him as my emissary would make it so that like, we'd be doing whatever she wants and whatever she wants, but we'd be playing a game the entire time. And in fact, we'd be building our own shit with this guy. If we follow them, then obviously we're fighting against her. And if we follow her, then we're fighting against her. Oh, man, I don't know what to do here. This is so interesting. Let's talk to Amiri. Their wine is all right, nice and strong, but the appetizers... barely a mouthful. I guess so. Tristan, these people are not just celebrating. It seems your feat is giving them new hope. Well, yeah. Indeed. Save. I don't know what to do, guys. Joseph Salemius. Stuck with him. Yosef, an older man with full sideburns, looks at you. What is it? What man? Oh, is the mayor. Okay. With interest through a golden eyeglass. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamendi. You pulled this all off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. Even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Eldori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. So it would seem, I am Joseph Salemius, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov, and what about the Eldori? Brevoy's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rostland, the spirit of Northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course, may the gods prolong the life of His Highness. But here, far from the dominions of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It is especially important now, after the certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Eldari Sword Lords used to rule Rostland. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region, but it's not for nothing that Restov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their own merits. What kind of events were you talking about? Mayor Selemius gives you a patronizing smile. Why? An aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Regervia. Can you imagine it? Old man Coral conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once the exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof! All over the country, every member of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It is a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. How are things in Restov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Regervia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing, and people are talking about the most shocking things. But those sorts of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. Well, it was nice meeting you. Please, wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of a financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction and spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligations of contracting building services through Restov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? That would give us a boost, I imagine. But we would need to go through the Builders Guild to build anything. Let's not do it. Thank you for the offer, but I can't accept it. It's your choice, of course. I just figured I'd mention it. The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling success soon. And we leveled up, apparently. Today is a historic day for Restov and maybe for all of Brevoy. Right. So, you know what? Here's the thing, guys. I really want to... I kind of want to help Jamendi, because she did help us. She gave us the barony, essentially, and all that stuff. But it feels like I'm being played on both sides. And I'm thinking, maybe I should go neutral. By going with Lander, I'm not going with her puppet, but I'm not going with his puppet. Well, her puppet. So I'd be going with my own stuff. And he's from a royal family. He doesn't want to disclose who they are. And I'm thinking I know who they are. The fact that he doesn't want to say his last name really feels like he's probably from the house of Coral the Conqueror. They all disappeared, and probably he's from that family, and he knows what happened. I'm thinking maybe. We'll save. We'll do a hard save, and then we'll go into it. Save game.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
Young lender will come with me. Oh God. What am I doing?
Oh, the heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind?
House Libeda is based in the southwest of Lake Raykal in Brevoy, controlling the plains and significant portions of the lake shipping. They are considered to be the Brevik noble family that epitomizes Rossland, having significant Paladin blood and appreciation for fine things and love for sword fighting. Oh, so he's from House Lebeda. I'd like to speak with the guests some more.
Of course. Enjoy the feast. You deserve it.
I want to see if I can talk to him now that I know his real name. Tell me once more what you want from me. I know Jabinti wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, but both now and in the future after a firm position in my family. Okay, no, I can't.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connect. From what I understand, you've decided to take Lander Lebeda with you.
Yes, it's my decision.
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care.
Yes, let's begin.
Excellent. Stand here.
Oh, guys.
Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon. Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Staglord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Your grace, guys. Your grace. All bow to me. All bow to me, guys. I am now your grace. And I shall conquer the rest of the stolen lands. Make it my country. And establish a kingdom. I will proclaim myself queen. I love the music in this game, dude. Almost sounds like Braveheart music, you know? Thank you, Asteriel, loyal disciple.
Victory. The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Hey, Corey, what's up, man? Greetings, Baroness. Thank you. Keston Caress. Welcome, your grace. Keston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious, and it seemed he rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jomendi transferred me here. I'm at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizen. The Staglord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Restov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Eldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Corey, I'm super happy to see you, man. So happy. How are you doing? The main question here is, where can I get a drink or 3? No, where are my companions? They're all around. They're all somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, I assume Christian is with Jod, and you can always find Lindsay. Just follow the noise and turmoil. Are there any citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance Jod is right here. Erastil's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brevois is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit, a blind elf. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd. So I'll let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. That's about it, I guess. Keston scratches his head. What's the mood of the people here? I must admit, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life. A city, a whole barony born right in front of our eyes. The people sense the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. The main question is, where can I get a drink or three? It's time to toast my victory. Keston hesitates a brief moment and laughs. I'll make sure to show you the moment we enter the city. The tavern was the first business that opened. Building a city is thirsty work, and I beg your forgiveness for my behavior during your reception. I drank a little too much. It is a day for celebration. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me, Your Grace. Oh man, there's something about being called Your Grace that is so fucking awesome. I feel like I'm like the end of the king or something in Game of Thrones. Greetings, Your Grace. We are, well, your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. It's wet near the lake and windy up here on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbors' heads, though. Ouch. Oh, man. It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace. It is. Thank you. You recognize this place, Your Grace. This is where the Stag Lord's fortress wall used to be. Not that it saved him in the end, huh? Our workers did a fine job turning this bandit den into the heart of the town. The heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. Oh, yes. Greetings, Your Grace. If you turn to the right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. Okay. The tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Kellian himself, I swear, and the lady who owns it is a gem. Oh, there's a statue of Erastil. Sweet. That's the one we got commissioned by the... Oh, that's all nonsense. Well, except for the part about breathing fire. All barons can breathe fire, trust me. Oh, man. Welcome, Your Grace. Glad to serve you. Your Grace, those are our guards. They keep order in the city or keep their mouths busy with gossip. Their commander is... whatever. I didn't read. Here's the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see it to its full extent from this perch. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, dude, I've missed you two so much, Asterial. I'm so happy you're here, man. There's no words. There's no words. The building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. Okay. Man, this game just became like double the quality that it was before, just because it gives you like your own kingdom. It's so fucking cool. Oh man, Oh, man. Loving this. So much. It really makes me excited for the future of the game. And dudes, there's going to be DLC. Like, this is just like the main game is like 150 hours. That doesn't include